Hello everyone, welcome to the second edition of the Sports Source OVC Sports on the Court. I'm Steve Peake here with my pal JT Waszkowski. JT, a lot of good games this week.
Yeah, a lot of conference changes too in the standings, and a lot of teams not as good as they should be. But let's take a look and let's get to it.
Belmont taking on SEMO. SEMO needing a win, and the Bruins got hot in this one, starting with Drew Windler knocking down the triple, giving the Bruins a 6-point lead. Same half, still up by 6. This time it's Blake Jenkins, same spot, another 3. Belmont leads by 9, now into the second half. SEMO doing everything they can to stay in this one. Nino Johnson, the hoop and the harm, will go to the line and make the free throw. 74-71, SEMO leads, but now Caleb Chaubey with a ball fake, step back 3, puts the Bruins right back up by 6. With 17 three-pointers, the Bruins go on to win it 107-94. You know, JT, it'll be very difficult to beat Belmont when they're shooting like that. 17 threes, I believe 63% from behind the three-point line. That's crazy.
Yeah, 5 guys in double figures, and it's absolutely outstanding how well they can shoot from the 3. It's actually really scary for the OVC. Let's get real.
Yes, it is very scary. Teams are going to have a hard time, like we said, beating Belmont if they're going to shoot the ball like that. Now, on to the next game, on to Saturday. UT Martin got their chance at Belmont, hosting the Bruins.
Yeah, Steve, like you said, it was UT Martin's opportunity to take on Belmont, and it was the JJ Mann show, as right here you see him rain in a 3, and they're up 20-10. Again, JJ Mann from the left wing for a 3, and it's good, and Belmont's out on top 30-15. And still the JJ Mann show takes a quick jumper right here and puts Belmont up 44-23, and Belmont goes on to win 87-72.
Later on that night, it was Austin Peay at Murray State. Both these teams were tied for the lead in the OVC West. Starting out Austin Peay, the alley-oop dunk to Demarius Smith. Austin Peay had the lead 25-21. Now the Racers on a 4-0 run, and Jeffrey Moss, he finished with 20 points, including this three-pointer right here to give the Racers the lead 28-25. We're going to the second half. Dexter Fields had just hit 1 3. This is his second. The Racers used a big-time run at the end of the first half to get this lead all the way up. Now they lead by 16, and then later on in the half, the alley-oop to Jarvis Williams seals it for the Racers. Murray State wins it 89-67. Now Murray State got into foul trouble early, but when Chris Horton picked up his 3rd foul for Austin Peay, that's when you really saw the game swing into the Racers' favor.
Yeah, because it opened up the paint for Murray State, and Jarvis Williams had 14 points after that. And also Tyler Rambo had 13, and then Jonathan Farrell battled a lot of foul trouble this year, but had 10 boards, and Murray State really took advantage of the absence of Horton.
Now, speaking of Chris Horton, he probably had my favorite tweet of the season so far. He's confident, isn't he?
I guess confidence takes you a long way, but there's a difference between confidence and arrogance, and this is borderline.
Yeah, I like it though. I like that kind of personality out of a player. Now we go to Monday. UTM playing a game early in the week. JT, we'll get right to that one.
Okay, right here we got D. Oldham with the 3-pointer to put UTM out on top, 42-25, and then Mike Liebo comes back down, hits a 3-pointer, but UTM still up on top, 68-49. And then Miles Taylor goes to the basket, count it, and the foul. He's fouled by Kennedy Eubanks, and he puts UTM out on top, 86-70.
You know, JT, I feel bad for Patrick Miller. He's playing outstanding all season. Scored 29 points in that game, and his Tigers are still in last place.
Yeah, and if you look up at the top, there's Belmont, and then Tennessee State, 3-1 in conference, 10-9 overall, not too great, but they're winning when it matters.
Now, Tennessee Tech was picked last in the OVC, and yet here they are battling for the top spot. Now we look in the West. We have Murray State on top 4-0, but right behind them are the Govs sitting at 2-1.
Yeah, the Govs have been really impressive, but Murray State did get the best of them when it mattered. But Austin Peay still has a lot left of the season to improve on that 2-1 conference record. If you look at the bottom, there's UTM still maybe lacking a lot of that leadership.
Yeah, they only got 1 win in conference so far. As we look at the upcoming games this week in the OVC, or at least for your local teams, on Thursday, one of the biggest games all season. We get to see this game twice, but the first time will be on Thursday, Belmont taking on EKU.
Yeah, and then I really still think Belmont is the team to beat. And I don't think EKU has the perimeter shooting to keep up with Belmont, as they're shooting in some games 75% from the field, and 17 threes against SEMO. That's absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, it is. And Glenn Cosey's got to get hot for Eastern Kentucky. As also you see Austin Peay taking on Suey at 7 o'clock. Big game for Austin Peay. And then we move into Saturday's games. Austin Peay taking on EIU at 2. UTM, of course, taking on Moorhead at 1. And Belmont taking on TSU at 7:30. So do you think the Bruins get out of this week 2-0?
Oh, yeah, of course. But here's the thing for the Bruins, the TSU game is going to be the trap game, because if they get caught up in that game, you know, they're on the winning streak, and when they start playing an opponent of a lesser talent, and we talked about this, they play down to their opponents, this could be a trap game for Belmont.
It's absolutely correct. I was thinking the same thing. And TSU's going to beat some people. They got an all-star in Patrick Miller. In my opinion, he's all OVC. He may not get those votes because his team's struggling, but he's one of the better players. Now remember, you can catch all these games live for free on the OVC Digital Network at ovcdigitalnetwork.com.
And that's all the time we have today for OVC Sports on the Court.
Check it out on williamsonsource.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.